What is this power? You who reek of death. There's Pitlurian blood on your hands, and those raven gauntlets. Asmodeus? No, you've killed him. How dare you? His death was a reward for me alone, millennia in the making. Lord Astaroth, from the depths of Firma I summon thee. Take my remaining life force and crush these blasphemous fools, and then scour the surface world free from its pathetic infestation of wretched creatures. Alright, and I'm back in the fight. I had to fight through Mephistopheles' skin. It's easy enough, so didn't figure it was that interesting to see. So, the big thing I've gotten out of this is, ultimately, I just need more hit points. So we're going to have to focus on hit points and defense. And, let's see, what can you use that just affects everybody? Let's check this out. Max HP plus 100 for the entire party. Yeah, we'll use that. And you will use an inflation tonic. And that'll apply to everybody as well. So we'll need to do some healing immediately after, because that is going to hurt. The amount we're boosting our HP, yeah. Means those percentiles will do crazy amounts of damage. So, team player next. You did do a transcendent scan, right? Goodness. Okay, yeah. So we do want the advanced scout. You will go ahead and start off with a life snatcher for me. And don't worry about that little bit. Little life drain to ensure you're good. Nice. Alright, so I feel pleased about where my HP is sitting as soon as I heal it up. Lockdown. On Jareth. Dang it. Alright. So, no extra stealing, but I can get a lot out of items, so I'm fine with that. Let's go and get a self-preservation out of you. A little vigilance. And you know what? You should be using Battle of Wits still. Because we do need to get damage in on him. So we have enough to survive his biggest attacks, which is good. That paralysis is so nasty. That attack is pretty nasty as well. So, you self-preserved, you've got that going. You go ahead and throw me a genius, why not? These only affect one ally, but... Okay, so we've got... What do you have towards Int? Knife Fish, do we have any better? Does it go any better? No. Just because that affects the entire party. And... I mean, just, sure, why not? A little bit extra. Just stack that on. We're going to have to deal with being down at Jareth. Ugh, that is nasty. And he goes before Koos. That's good to remember. Give me a triple threat for some nice healing out of that. And... it's time to do a Conjurer Tonic. Koos is in a little bit of trouble. Yep. I would definitely call that trouble. So he doesn't get the int or the magic defense, sadly enough. I think you should be the one to do the rezzing. Yeah, I realize it might be a little bit overmuch using that for a single res, but it's 100%, and I want that. That. It's just nasty heal. So, looking pretty good, I feel. Let's throw down all of that. Enemy within. And I suppose we should work on the mind drain. I mean, that is crazy good damage there. Ooh, we survived it. Sid went down. But we did survive. So you will give me a triple threat. You will once again use an Essence of the Phoenix. Just get Sid up. Full health. No resist sleep. So we're not going to get our heal off. You do that. I mean, yeah, I'm doubling up on this whole healing business again. I don't care. We will get a full heal on everybody. Not boost HP. I just need 50 is good enough. Did want to get some MP as well. But yeah, just in case somehow he interrupted me. Sid cannot survive that. Okay. That is nasty, though. So she's going to keep on using the Essence of the Phoenix. I need my party members back, is what I need. You're slept too. I think he just came out of his paralysis at that. Alright, you hit him. You've got fast item. So we just need we've got plenty of these. Who cares? I suppose she could have used that, but she wouldn't have been using it quick. But she's got a high enough preemption. Ugh. Alright, taking a little risk here. But I need to get some damage in on him. Maybe I should have went for some drain on him. Might have been the right choice. Excuse me? Oh boy. Okay, you're up. That is beautiful. Give me a triple threat. Maybe you can actually do something here. And a mind drain, I think, is the course of the day. Arg. At least we're going to be getting some healing. So you will team player. This is a little risky how I'm planning on doing this. Do I? Let's get to our fish, our rezzing fish. We can get a little better than one ally with 50%. That should be enough, right? Goodness, I really hope so. Oh no, 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 no! Please don't die, don't die, don't. Okay, they're alive. Well, now you're definitely using a resurrection. What's its? Essence of the Phoenix. That's what I meant. Obviously, that's what I meant. Good Lord. Okay. You don't need to use that. All out is 50%. For you, that's full. Excellent. Puts Koos to sleep. That's fine-ish. We're still staying alive, miraculously. Let's get a healing chant just for a little tiny bit of healing. You need to mind drain. Don't care. That's what you need to do. Anybody's got any bleed effects, which I don't think... Oh, nobody does right now. Excellent. Okay. That's something. I need to boost int, I think, is what we need to do. Actually, I think more importantly, you need to heal people. 100% HP for the entire party. Go ahead and pop that. What do you... Okay, let's see what your status is. Do you have anything boosting your... You don't have... So you've lost the potion effects, is that it? You still have... I don't know, the potions are weird. What is there that... Oh, there we go. Are we using that? Okay. What was that did Ultra Bubble Tonic? Hopefully. Oh, Koos isn't going to get that effect. That is a shame. I'll gladly just use another one on him. But you... Let's just get a... No. Resurrect 1 with 50. Give me one of these. I mean, I really want to drain on him, but... I think it's probably... more important... that we do that. Full elixir, sure, that's fine. Still can barely stand up to half this mess. Okay, you can... Do you still have fast life? Yes, you do. So you can just normally use one of these. And I'm not sure of that. Okay, as long as he doesn't get an attack before he does. Oh, but a sledgehammer, which is basically no hope. Perfect. Okay. How about you throw me down another team player? Just because it heals, honestly. Little that business. I think you'll hold off on Life Snatcher. So... maybe an Agile Strike? You get some good damage out of that. And get ourselves a little more MP damage. Woof. Nice. It's kind of what I was hoping for when I popped Team Player. Okay, so... you need to start buffing the int again. You know what? Let's just ensure you get back up to full. That may last all battle, but it didn't notice it, so... let's assume it doesn't. Ugh. And we're still tossing damage out at him just in case we make any kind of progress. But it's not really feeling like I am. So, you know. Got that. Throw a little plane of attack in. Throw a little transcendent scan. Yeah, we make no progress. So, everybody who's... Okay, you... What do we have that's ultra again? Ultra... Mind tonic. That's what we want. And that should affect mind drain, I think. We'll assume it does. And I think I might actually, just maybe, be able to keep Sid alive. And maybe not, they just wiped out Koos. So you will give me a res on him. You will look for anything else that we can throw on for a little int. I'm sure there's something, right? There we go. And I think magic defense for everybody. That might be nice. Probably a ward. Yeah. And Koos will actually get that benefit. And remarkably dodged. That's impressive. Okay, so triple threat should heal you up. Let's get a field medic on top of that. Sure, everybody's got that effect. So we're making a nice bit of progress on his MP. You can see with that heal, I'm pretty certain it is going to be impossible to progress on his HP. So I feel pretty confident this is the way to go. And maybe Koos can do a decent enough amount of damage to actually have some kind of effect. With his mind drain, let's give that a try. And let's get some healing, just passive healing. Give me some of that. I don't really care what you do. You know what? We'll just put yourself primarily. That's the part that matters. So if we can keep Sid from dying. Yeah, Jareth goes to sleep. We can drain him out. That is so pitiful. Alright, fine. You'll just focus on keeping people alive and buffed and all that. Until we get, you should be doing... Make certain we still have that going. If she doesn't have anything else useful to contribute, oh well. Definitely just make certain she contributes now. But she should be doing scanning. Alright, so... You throw a team player. We're going to throw everything towards making certain we get healed. I realize it's a bit excessive, but I really don't want to die at this point. Let's get 50... Do we have... I don't think we have 50% HP, so... We got plenty of those, so that's fine and dandy. Yeah, a little bit of excessive healing. But Koos will be healing himself up after that. That's lovely. Throw down a triple threat, perhaps. You've got a scan down. It says it's supposed to be last for the duration of battle. I suppose I should accept it at its word. Even I don't feel like I'm seeing the effects of it anymore. Ah, Koos, come on, buddy. I'd like to be able to stop rezzing you. I'd also like to, eventually have all of my people. Cures all status effects for the entire party. Do you suppose that works? I'm not really sure. You know what? Let's try it. You do that. Ugh. Yeah, okay, it didn't work. That's fine. You'll res him again. Okay, I think I've just about got it, guys. We can do this. Yeah. Heal yourself. It's gonna be your last time, sucker. See how you like it. You're not quite at 0, but I think we can start dealing damage. Because his odds of healing yet again, oh, you're up, thank goodness, is incredibly low, I feel. Yeah, nothing to steal. We stole them all out. So unless he happens to heal on his next action, I think we've got him. I mean, he probably still hits like a ton of freaking bricks. But I can handle the bricks. Give me triple threat so you can get back up. A little arrow storm. Here we go. Don't heal. Also, don't kill Sid. Don't kill Sid. Or put Sid to sleep. Ooh, that would have been nasty, actually. I had not thought of that possible outcome. But it didn't happen. So, let's see how things go now. Yeah, 0 MP. I mean, he might be able to bring them back. Hopefully he can't bring all of them back. I think I've fought one foe that regens MP. Okay, he still hits pretty hard. But nothing compared to what he usually does. So we should get a little bit of healing going on here from time to time. But we are at a point where I think we're guaranteed to win. Probably. And he's probably going to keep pounding on poor Koos. That's okay. Let's get him a little healing to ensure he's got that going on. A little battle of wits. Not so little, but... Alright, Koos should be fine for a bit. I mean, he's taking 2,000 per hit, but still. I told you he's based on the damage dealt there. Be sure to throw enemy within out. And sure, I'll just throw a plunder because I don't want to take the time to look around. Lazy? Yes. But this has been a long, very difficult fight. And I would be very pleased. Aha, here we go. To not have to do it for the rest of eternity. Alright. Give me Battle of Wits again. I mean, still, it takes for freaking ever. And Koos should heal up nicely from this. And just generally his attacks overall should mostly tend to heal him up. I mean, maybe it's worthwhile to plan of attack, just because that affects everybody. You know what? I've got to remember, you should have incredibly good agility, meaning that should be incredibly good damage. Not bad, not bad. Now I could start doing potions to increase my agility, and maybe that's the right choice. Actually, I'll have Sid do that on on turns when he's not doing other stuff. Alright, enemy within is almost ready. That'd be the way to do this. Or when he's not doing Battle of Wits, not when he's not doing other stuff, because he's always going to be doing something. Alright, there we go. Koos recovers nicely. That is such a pretty bit of damage. Okay. What else do you got going? Well, maybe a little Infernal Strike for funsies. He might be resistant to that, now that I think of it. And you need to remember to do Agile Strike more often. Okay, so we want maybe a fish. Probably an Ultra Potion, actually. Ultra, what is it? Jolt? Alright. Sounds good to me. Very nice. Okay, he missed. Or he didn't heal from it. I'm not sure what I'm saying here, apparently. Critical Rage. I mean, it costs a lot. It's just going to hit him, so why not? And you should be able to more often do those. Or less often have to go to the weaker attacks because we're inserting Agile Strike, I think, like every other attack. And that is not as impressive as I thought it might be. So we'll probably throw down the Telekinetic Frenzy. It's much more impressive. A little of that. Just alternate the Agile Strikes. And you can't transmute, so to the fish. What is the... Ooh, White Croaker attack, Int defense, and magic defense. Probably should have popped that one earlier on. But that's fine. There we go. Since that affects the entire party, we don't have to use the transmutation with it. So yeah, it's basically the same exact strategy I used against Mephistopheles. Because, well, I don't really see... I don't see what other options I would have had. He could heal back to full, and no way can I deal enough damage to get through, all of that. I have Life Snatcher. Oh, come on. Her Agile Strike could use some work. I'm sorry, did I tell Koos to do Battle of Wits? My bad, he's not that great at the... Whoopsies, my bad. What did I mean to do? Triple Threat's what I probably meant to do. Enemy within is lovely. Can you transmute again? Yes, you can. Alright, what do we got for a single... Ambush Tonic seems pretty good. Did we already pop one of these? Yeah, Ultra Jolt. So let's transmute an Ambush Tonic. The preemption actually might be enough so that we can continue to go ahead of him. Which is, even though I've used it going after him with Koos to decent effect, it's much more reliable if just everybody can go before he gets a chance to. Nope. Agile Strike, please. And stab in the face, please. Alright, we've got him halfway down. But honestly, most of the fight was getting his MP down. Because now I don't really need, mostly my natural healing. Or, my natural HP drain effects. And whatever regen I happen to have mostly takes care of it. throw that down because it does affect everybody. As does this. So, might as well, right? I don't know what else you can do with these. That's not really... Yeah, no, I'm kind of feeling like I don't need much more of those. When he has transmutation up, I will use, like, the Mega Agility Potion. He should still have the Int effect, I think. Did I lose an effect that gave me Int? Let's throw Genius down. You'll throw, of course, that. Oh, there we go. Life Snatcher. Or did I just get confused on who was doing what? I think I got confused on who was doing what. Yeah, I thought Sid was doing Battle of Woods again and thought like I lost a ton of damage on it. But in fact, I was just dealing what I think might be good damage for the Hydrogen Bomb. You got Genius, you did a plan of attack, right? Maybe. Let's get a little more stats. And you can't Hydrogen Bomb, so we'll just Scientific Fury because it's the one that's right there. And it should be really nice damage regardless. I think. I mean, he's actually managed to get a pretty good bit of... Yeah, nice damage. Pretty good bit of damage against Koos. We can fix that pretty quickly. What do you got here for me? Throat Slit. Battle of Wits. What do you think? About a quarter of the way down? Or a quarter of his HP left, rather? And that should recover... maybe not all the damage he's done, but... a few more nice solid hits, and Koos should be well on the way. There we go. Telekinetic Frenzy. Of course, that's the one we want to use. And time for Hydrogen Bomb. Oh, you missed the Agile Strike. I really do like the idea of making them deal damage to themselves. Very fun. I'm betting like 2 more rounds we can do this. Come on. Like a little Inferno Strike's unimpressive. And I guess it's better than the other options, huh? So we'll go with what we got. Alright, so this is round 1 of my predicted 2 rounds. Let's see if he survives through this. Am I getting cocky trying to predict how long it'll take me to kill him off? Or how many rounds I can beat him in? Okay, what are you looking like now, buddy? I might not be able to make it. Throw as much as we can at him, though. Oh, Arrow Storm. Your Agile Strike. No more Battle of Wits, though. We've got to go with slightly weaker Scientific Fury. Or maybe just slightly more expensive because it's a multi-target thing. Ah, I was off. Wait. No. I was off. Darn. I got Telekinetic Frenzy. Let's throw it down that. You know, I should, let's throw an Internal Arrow in, just because. And how much was I off by? Think we can do it this round? Feel like surely we're close, right? Okay. Triple Threat's nice for this, of course. And Koos is almost, but not quite back to full health. Ah, he lives still. How many HP do you actually have? 175,000. Okay, should go down this round, right? I'm pretty sure I do that much damage. So let us find out if I'm right. Okay, 40,000, not great. Oh, the enemy within missed. That's kind of bad for this. Yes. Oh, right. Oh, that was a difficult one. We were, however, victorious. With our 1 and 2 SP. No drops. You humans amaze me. Even with our full strength, we could not defeat Mephistopheles. I shall go to the... What about Astaroth? I shall go to the grave with joy in my heart, but our time is short. You have borne more burden than we have right to ask. We shall never again pull you away from your rightful world. We will not survive long. We use too much strength containing the evil, but before we die, we shall use the last of our strength to send you back to your world. Sporadic border. Overleveled. Aha. Glassjaw. Really? What's that one for? Stiff upper lip. Iron will. Semperparatus. I wish it told me what these were for. Completionist. Mob of monsters. Fight like a man. No coward. Hey, we're not afraid of a battle. That's good. Lead feet, because, yeah, we almost certainly took way longer than we should have. And Thief, Hunter, Grey Mage, and Engineer. And... yes. Look, the Estonian engineers have arrived. Welcome, friends. Your work on the bridge to court was unparalleled. It was the least we could do in the wake of Rockwood's tragedy. If time permits, there is yet more coin to fund construction of one more dream. I have a mind for where this is headed. Shall we discuss it on the way? I mean, could you all actually discuss it on the way instead of make me slowly wait while you walk? 6 months later, the construction of New Rockwood is nearing completion. I do like that they apparently designed an entire town that we can never go to. Please, follow me. I wonder if we somehow cheated our way to there, if we could. Yet again, you impress me. The engineers of Westonia are truly worth every coin. Heartfelt praise, that, but I wonder, why rebuild Rockwood north of the old location? The Shadow Fortress, apart from its sinister history, offers superb fortifications. Rockwood stood for centuries, and we always trusted its walls to keep invaders out. But when ruin finally found us, it came from within, and the walls only impeded our escape. Indeed, and yet, were it not for the Mercenaries Guild, many more would have died while fleeing the city. We wanted our new city to reflect these values, so we made it open and welcoming. The world is changing. Structural defenses matter much less than a coordinated local militia. I see. This is unrelated, but I wonder, will you ever reveal the name of our mysterious benefactor? I know your riches do not extend to cover the cost of construction for an entire city. That is not for me to expose, but let's just say, while its edifice is New Rockwood, its foundation is old money. You can come out now. It's finally done. Darling, it's wonderful. More than I ever dreamt we would have. And think how close I came to dying underneath our very feet. If not for Koosemose, you'd be a widow and I'd be dead. Don't speak like that. I can't imagine losing you. Thank the stars for Koosemose. I only wish I'd been able to shake his hand before he disappeared. Well, I'm sure Koosemose realizes how grateful we are to him. I hope so. Anyway, are you ready to spend our first night in our new home? Of course, darling. The time for celebration has come at last. 1 short year from the date of the vicious attack from Necht. Amazing, nobody injured. Oh, much to Koosemose. I couldn't agree more. Let us go commemorate Koosemose's bravery by christening the completion of his statue. Hey, we actually have a statue that looks a little strange because, you know, scaled up pixels and all. Today we remember the turbulent era in our history when the forces of bigotry and prejudice tried to extinguish our bright light of sanctuary. But the Mercenaries Guild and Koosemose came to our rescue. Due to their bravery, not a single townsperson was lost when Necht assaulted our town during the dead of night. Koosemose is a hero! Long live Koosemose! We'll all be eternally grateful to Koosemose and the rest of the Mercenaries Guild for the heroics that they showed that dreaded night 1 year ago. To honor the memory of those who saved us, we commemorate Koosemose with this statue. Hip hip hooray! Thank all for coming. Now celebrate! Perhaps I have been too hasty in my judgment of the goblins. They have not attacked us once in the last year, and both goblins of Ronkar and Court have reached out with gift offerings to us. Too hasty. It'd be a relief to finally live in peace and not worry about goblin raids. There will finally be peace between our races. I only wish it had come sooner and that so many of our warriors had not perished in the foolish errand that we sent them on in Court. Foolish errand. Yes, I still grieve for our brave brothers-in-arms who lost their lives in Court. I'm tired of fighting. If they don't attack us, I'm ready to make peace with them. Peace? Let us put our efforts towards other causes that can improve the lives of all Nechtians. A wonderful thought. If peace can be maintained between our races, we'll be able to achieve tremendous feats. Congratulations on baby. Maybe he grew up to be next chieftain. Ha ha ha, he looked very strong. Me think about day when human named Koosemose come to Ronkar. Me so scared that he from Necht and come to hurt us. Could never know such joy if things went bad that day. But he good human and only want to help friend in Rockwood. Perhaps Necht learned lesson from Koosemose. He defend friend in Court and then befriend Goblin and Ronkar when Necht likely send him to do evil. They cannot bully him. Maybe they see that tide turning against them. Most human, elf, and goblin want to live together. We hope this little one will see day when people of Necht be different. No more hate. I'm not sure why I feared the company of people for so long. If that band of adventurers hadn't spooked me and then run into me again in Court, I fear I may have kept living on in isolation. Ah, welcome. Your bedroom is just behind the screen. If you need anything, please let me know. Thank you. Do you know of any interesting sights to see in this area? Indeed. Follow me and I'll tell you all about the area. Come on, show me that you've got a little strength in those bones. What I wouldn't give for a little help from Koosemose. He'd show you how it's done. Easy for you to say from the comfort of your deck. Why don't you get down here and with the rest of us and help load supplies? Someone has to oversee you lazy dogs. If I weren't here, you'd be lounging at the inn with a stout ale. Well, not on my watch. Is that a treasure chest I missed? I'm very sad if it is. I can't believe how much food, lumber, and other supplies it takes to rebuild an entire city. Well, I can, but when you see it all in one place, it's astounding. It's as if we're loading the entirety of Theopolis on our ships and transporting it across an entire ocean. It won't be easy, but it will certainly be worthwhile to see Rockwood rebuilt. Have you heard the rumors about Koosemose? There are whispers coming out of the World Council that say he was the one responsible for ending the menace that destroyed Rockwood in the first place. I certainly have, and I believe every word. I ferried the man through the treacherous waters surrounding the Phoenix's eyrie, and damned if he didn't return riding a phoenix. It will require at least 10 more trips of the entire North Bay fleet to transport the supplies that Rockwood needs. It's hard work, but I'm enjoying it. Well, that makes one of us. You wouldn't believe the time I've had making it to see you. Making the trek from Theopolis left me so badly sunburned that I had to stop at the Western Oasis. Luckily, another adventurer named Koosemose listened to my plea and fetched aloe to help me heal. I don't know what I would have done if he hadn't helped me. I suppose I would have just had to push on and hope for the best. I think it's time that you learned to ride Moas. You could have made the 10th in a trip of the time, and then I wouldn't have to worry so. I don't know what I'd do if I lost you. I wish Koosemose was here so I could thank him personally. When I was young, I dreamed that one day I would be a great warrior. I must admit that I'm a bit envious of the fame and glory that Koosemose has garnered. But his story isn't without peril, and I'm not sure I'm brave enough to have explored many of the locations that he visited. Don't worry, I think you'll find many others share your sentiments. Koosemose was truly a heroic warrior, one that you only see once a century, perhaps even more rare than that. Has anyone actually seen Koosemose since the fortress was brought down? Now that you mention it, I've heard many people speak of him, but no one actually knows where he is. I'd like to propose a festival to celebrate Koosemose. What do you say? I can think of no one more deserving. I second the proposal. Agreed. Let's begin arrangements for a celebratory festival. First, we'll need to send scouts to find Koosemose. Sir, we have peace at last. Since the defeat of the so-called World Killers by Koosemose, there have been no new reports. Blessed Veneer, I've heard rumors that the battle against Lucifer could be heard as far off as Tizerin and Hubgar. Is that true? Yes, sir. I've confirmed with multiple sources that the thunderous roar of battle could be heard halfway across the world. Many have begun to say that Koosemose was no mere mortal, but a Veneer in disguise. Hogwash. Koosemose simply showed what can be accomplished by anyone with talent and complete dedication to their mission. He's as mortal as you or I. I agree, Ignatius, but surely you have to admit that his battles against Ryujin and the other world killers borders on miraculous. It's awe-inspiring to have seen a living legend in action. Koosemose's name will live on for millennia to come. Major nations have rewarded us handsomely for saving them from these beasts. Might I suggest a statue to celebrate Koosemose? Excellent idea. Scout, please inform Koosemose that we request his presence at a festival to thank him. Unfortunately, Koosemose has not been seen since the fall of the Shadow Fortress, sir. I've met with contacts all over the world, and no one has heard from him since that time. He couldn't have just disappeared. We can't lose a good guild member of Koosemose's caliber. He'd only been with us for a little over a year, and yet had already become the most famed guild member of all time, surpassing even our almighty founder, Khan. Agreed, we shall never see his like again. Is spearfishing a dying art? I've had visitors, but they were only amateurs who never truly dedicated themselves to the craft. Yeah, we never managed to progress the fishing, but oh well. There's little hope of revitalization in spearfishing. Even during the Great Wars, Tizerin was never directly in harm's way, and yet the menace of the Dark Army hung over the entirety of Firma like a dark cloud. Once again walk freely and visit their departed kin. While Koosemose was not an elf by birth, I propose that we take the extraordinary step of naming him an honorary elf in thanks for all that he has done for us. Please say aye or nay. There's a chorus of jubilant ayes from the crowd. And he eradicated the Rat King. He gave a new meaning to my life by recruiting me to the Mercenaries Guild. Koosemose has helped so many of us that even Elon's excellent suggestion of taking the unprecedented step of naming him an honorary elf does not feel like it's enough. Build a statue in his honor. Name the west wing of the castle after him. No, the east wing. We've requested that one day during every Decadal World Council be dedicated to remembering and celebrating the life of Koosemose, so we'll never forget his empathy, strength, and courage. And the leaders of Theopolis City Council and King Jaxa have graciously agreed. Hooray! I've heard that Koosemose's phoenix has been seen flying over each of the continents since he disappeared within the Shadow Fortress. Some say that the phoenix is searching for its master, while others say it's simply celebrating its freedom. You think Koosemose is really gone? It's difficult to say, but it seems as if everyone in the world is searching for him. It'd be difficult, even for Koosemose, to remain underground with the worldwide hunt that is underway. Why'd he hide, anyway? Yes, exactly. There are two plausible answers to that question in my mind. First, he gave his life to end the menace of the Dark Army, and his body will likely never be found. Second, he disappeared as mysteriously as he appeared once he had ended the threat. Koosemose Guardian Angel of Firma? Koosemose Veneer in disguise? Haha, I wouldn't go that far, but I'm sure that all kinds of crazy rumors will spread over the next several months, especially if we've seen the last of Koosemose. King Jaxa touring Sacred Tree and Governor Grimly visiting Sacred Temple. Sure that Sacred Temple's safe again? Yes, radical transformation around time that Shadow Fortress brought down. And Sacred Tree in full blossom. Koosemose killed a monster that was parasite to Great Tree. That healed Tree, but maybe there are other parasite and Great Tree energy that Koosemose killed. Me think major parasite inside Shadow Fortress. Maybe Koosemose killed Shadow Fortress parasite and that caused blooming. No one know. Westonia soldiers say Koosemose disappeared underneath Shadow Fortress. They tried to follow, but get lost. They weren't even nowhere near. I didn't even go get them. No more goblin pupfish. Me wonder if Koosemose make use of pupfish. I think I did. I forget what for. Tree looked much better. Corruption that poisoned root gone. Tree soon bloom and be beautiful. Entire goblin race owe great debt to Koosemose. He never know how much Great Tree mean to us. Now safe to explore root system? Monster gone. You want to visit deepest and most sacred root? Excellent. Please lead way through Sacred Tree. Ooh. Could that be Tree of Life sapling? Blessed Tree, Great Tree never blessed us with new Tree of Life. This great day, we return to Hobgar and tell all goblin. It's a miracle that only one person died during the Dark Army's assault on Westonia. That was no miracle. We owe it to Koosemose and his tireless dedication to defending us. He personally defended the citizens of the floating fortress and then took command of the ground forces, who fended off the rest of the Dark Army. Aye, I saw it with my own eyes. We'd all be dead and buried if not for Koosemose. Where has Koosemose disappeared to? Last I heard, he was seen disappearing into the Shadow Fortress. Apparently no one has seen him since then. I fear that he may have given his life to end whatever evil was behind the Dark Army. A sad day if Koosemose has truly deserted the world. I'll push the dwarves of Sparta to find his body, and we'll build a grand tomb if he did perish. I heard that Aureus is the richest man on Firma. I'd rather have glory than riches. Who would you rather trade places with, Aureus or Koosemose? Huh, good point. Koosemose may not have been as wealthy as Aureus, but he made a massive fortune and even achieved casino high roller status, in addition to being the most famed man in the entire world after saving us from the Dark Army. I suppose I have to go with Koosemose, even though I don't quite think I'd have the stomach for his adventures. My sentiments exactly. Let me spend a day in the shoes of Koosemose, casino high roll and world savior. What's not to love? There's no question that Koosemose is the greatest gladiator to ever live. He completed both the cup and ladder system to surpass even the legendary Arthur. His fight against the Grizzly Reaper was amazing. I don't think anything will ever compare. Agreed. It's a bit disappointing to realize that we've seen the greatest fight that we'll ever see, and that it's all downhill from here. We'll always have memories of those fights. Indeed, I'll always remember the climactic fights against the Reaper when Koosemose became the first gladiator to ever complete the arena ladder. Me or Koosemose helped thief all over world. Me hear that too. He helped steal items for Elven Thief and helped Brother in Westonia steal Karanor Dagger. And he helped us steal Emerald Eye. Legendary warrior and infamous thief. Some guy have all luck. All the races of Firma owe a great debt that can never be repaid to Koosemose. From the glorious battle against Draconis Rex outside Diabolus, his ultimate triumph in the Shadow Fortress, Koosemose will go down in history as perhaps the greatest hero that Firma has ever or will ever know. I can't stand the Black Mage and White Mage researchers looking down their noses at me with their pure magics. They just can't see that the greatest power is wielded when combining the two magics. But they won't laugh any longer with these new revelations. I've unlocked the secrets of the universe and discovered how to synergize the most powerful physical attacks with both white and black magic. I owe much to Koosemose for his help in acquiring the Ash Totem, but my joy is dampened by the disappearance of Koosemose. Koosemose and I have changed the world. My teleportation device works exactly as predicted. It may take time before anyone but Koosemose will brave the teleporter, but I predict that in a few years, everyone will be using teleporters and ship travel will be a thing of the past. My piercing bombs will revolutionize mining and warfare for centuries to come, and I owe much of the credit to Koosemose for collecting the Power Stone, or the Power Source, rather. Many don't know how much he has contributed not only to our safety, but to the advancements of science. There's a mysterious feeling of peace in the air. Silithil has passed on, knowing that Jero's legacy is in your hands. 3 cheers for Koosemose! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Without Koosemose's intervention and eventual eradication of Patient Zero, this plague may have escaped from this outpost and swept the globe. I dare say that Koosemose has saved the world twice over. It's with a heavy heart that we remember his last act of entering the Shadow Fortress and ending the threat of the Dark Army. No one knows what happened in the caverns beneath the Shadow Fortress, but I hope that the Decadal World Council will properly honor his memory. So hot. Sure this place safe? Me sense echo of evil. Shaman have vision of Koosemose. He killed Big Fire Demon and volcanoes start cooling. Agni race cannot stand cold, so die. Mountain's now safe because of Koosemose. I kind of feel bad. I killed the entire race. Whoops. Cold volcano, still too hot. Cannot live here, so why come here? And why bring Tree of Life sapling here? Same vision shows sapling transforming Mount Agni into a new home for Goblin. Must go deeper. So apparently this bit of ending we get for beating Mount Agni. This place. It grow here? Tree of Life have strongest magic. It grow here, now that Fire Demon gone. 1 year later. It's been over a year since we concluded the last Decadal World Council. I felt that it was our duty to call this special session to reflect on the peace that we have enjoyed over that time, and remember the loss of a truly courageous hero, Koosemose. All of us remember that Koosemose gave his life to stop the menace of the Dark Army. Despite the best efforts of the dwarves, we have been unable to recover his body and give it the proper ceremonial burial that it deserves. Aye, the warren of caves beneath Rockwood go deep. We'll continue to search the maze even if it takes a century, which it very well might. Goblin thinks Sacred Tree take Koosemose. He in better place. Whether or not we find Koosemose's body, we shall never forget what he did for us. It is only over the course of the last year that we have begun to realize how many lives Koosemose touched on his journey. It was outside Rockwood that Koosemose mysteriously appeared, so I think it fitting that it has been fully rebuilt. On the anniversary of his arrival, many citizens from all over Firma gathered around the Rockwood Tree of Life, hoping that he would magically appear. Obviously, no such appearance occurred, but is another testament to the mark that he made on our world. If Sacred Tree not take Koosemose, we hope he disappeared wherever he come from. The Vanir and Koosemose are proof that there is much that we do not understand about the universe. Thank you all for coming, and enjoy the festivities. Whoa, where'd you three come from? You just missed the end of Dante's celebration. And this is the other three party members arriving back in their original world. Everyone's been looking for you. You should go see Dante and Elizabeth. Back on Earth. Daddy, you're back already. Is this real? Please let it be real. Don't be silly, Daddy. We want to play. Sounds mildly ominous to me. Did you get the firewood, darling? Oh, you're real. Real? Did you bump your head? You're acting a little strange. Sorry. It just feels good to be back. Back from where, honey? You just left a few minutes ago to get firewood. Did you get the firewood, Daddy? Oops, I must have forgot. Sorry about that. I swear, you have a selective memory. Koosemose grabs his wife and kids in a strong embrace. Whoa, it's like you haven't seen us in years. Yeah, it seems like that. Also like the only time our characters talk. We seem to have a little bit after credits. Alice, Vanir Emperor. Our final agenda items involve the crisis recently resolved on the planet Firma. I will start with a motion to institute a national year of mourning for General Feindar. He was one of the greatest warriors the Vanir have ever known. I know that he gladly gave his life to save the millions of elves, humans, dwarves, and goblins on Firma. I second the motion. In truth, I feel responsible for his death. If we hadn't overlooked the possibility of the Tree of Life energy causing the rapid evolution of the lizards of Mount Agni, then none of this would have happened. Thank you for your support, Amadeus. The remaining issues are as follows. Fate of the Pitlurians, planet EV1001. Interesting. Fate of the Pitlurians. Reese, Orion, you have the floor. When did those two start getting along so well? Thank you. Moving along, Vanir researchers, together with the Etherealists, have determined the full cause of the Pitlurians' rapid evolution. The Trees of Life were indeed the primary agent of change, but there was a second factor that acted like a catalyst, multiplying the effect. The catalyst was none other than a primordial spirit, called Astaroth by the lizard race. As an elemental spirit of fire, Astaroth heated the volcano and amplified the tree's effect. Impossible! Elemental spirits have no will of their own. We do not suggest the rapid lizard evolution was intentional. However, the slaying of Astaroth certainly was. Extinguishing this fire led to the extinction of the entire Pitlurian race. The actions of Koosemose, although deeply grave, are to be forgiven. He only killed the lizards in self-defense. I mean, except when I attacked their mountain. That was a little less self-defensey. And he could not have possibly guessed the cascading effect killing Astaroth could have had. Finally, Thavir had no possible means of intervention, given the actions of Mephistopheles. We recommend sealing Koosemose's file. He has toiled across years to help right our wrongs, and deserves to live the rest of his life without our intervention. Agreed. Thank you, Reese and Orion. Planet EV1001. This is a motion of Orion. From Orion. Thank you, Emperor. Our clemency towards Koosemose does not extend to his planet of origin, EV1001. Oh. Would you be so quick to dissolve another evolutionary experiment of ours? Indeed, the very first. Its planetary seeding type is Void 1, one race with no worldly magic, achieved by sinking the well of souls deep into the mantle of the planet, along with any primordial spirits. Our methods were so primitive back then. The initial hope with the Void planets was to evaluate whether restricting magic would lead to harmonious society. This proved utterly false, and EV1001 has had a particularly horrifying history of brutal destruction. The planet, called Earth by us humans, is clearly a failed experiment and a waste of an otherwise healthy planet. I motion we eradicate it and start over with a more promising setup. I strongly object. The design of these experiments never included genocide. In addition, the way we eradicated magic on Earth renders it a void planet regardless of any further action. There are better places for new experiments. The humans on Earth are currently a danger only to their own planet, but their technological progress is accelerating. A few centuries from now, they will have mastered interstellar movement. Need I remind you that Koosemose managed to kill a primordial spirit, something even a band of Veneer warriors would struggle to accomplish. We are lucky that he is a person of integrity. Imagine the destructive potential of billions of interstellar Earthlings. All the more reason to include them in our plans for intergalactic harmony. Has Koosemose not sufficiently demonstrated their potential for valor and justice? Extinction is not strictly necessary. I motion to sabotage the humans' progression on Earth, giving us more time to decide the issue. I maintain my motion for eradication. I motion to take no action against them. We could decide this issue now, but I suspect a split this fundamental will reverberate through all Veneer. Thus, let us table this motion until the next extended assembly, and seek input from our Veneer brothers and sisters. Agreed. And that is all. I'm wondering if, because this one kind of gave information about the additional bit we did for doing Mount Agni, I wonder if this is kind of a hint at what might be coming in Last Dream 2, perhaps? You know, maybe it's going to be us having to deal with the Veneer from Earth. Maybe a little kind of space. We get into space, we get to other planets, we get around there. Apparently the Well of Worlds, whatever. We can access magic then, so if we worry about Earth, get magic. Could be interesting, a little more sci-fi. This is already kind of sci-fi in the kind of background of Veneer. Could be interesting. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it. But let's end the meeting. This meeting stands adjourned. Wait. Kalarel, explain yourself. My apologies, but the situation is dire. The Mystics have sensed an energy signature unlike anything previously recorded by the Veneer. Where did this occur? Surely beyond the periphery. Indeed, from one of our ancient outposts, planet Gaia. The planet reached telestic maturity long ago, but the energy record exceeds a fully matured primordial spirit. Maybe that's it, because Gaia was the world we went to in the last one. Maybe we'll be going back there. Amadeus, could this be Firma's fire spirit reborn on a new world? It is certainly possible. Astaroth was killed recently, so his soul would bind quickly to a new world. Gaia is far away, but would be a good match for Astaroth. Indeed, the initial outpost often wondered why Gaia had no fire spirit. Is Astaroth a risk to the residents of Gaia? No, the elemental spirits are thoughtless until summoned. All spirits are reborn in a deep slumber. It will be hundreds of millennia before a new spirit starts affecting the climate, tides, or seasons. Regardless, we must confirm that the Gaians are safe. Amadeus, work with Risa and the generals to come up with a suitable plan. Take care to include the latest additions to the evolutionary treaty. It will be done. Kalarel, I am temporarily promoting you to the Executive Council until this situation has been resolved. Your identification of the risk this energy signature posed may save countless lives, if indeed this is a sinister force. Thank you, Emperor. I won't disappoint you. Come with me, and I will arrange for your temporary badge of office. The evidence indicates nothing evil, but these old bones fear that there is something sinister afoot on Gaia. When the trees of paradise were used to gift us immortality, I scoffed at the few, like Teriel, who refused their bounty. Surely the Veneer are on the slow but steady path to attaining to harmonious society. Now, with each new threat, I feel the universe rejecting our quest for peace. We seem doomed to rely on warriors such as Koosemose to confront each new menace, and we know no resolution to conflict that does not involve blood. Perhaps the universe needs heroes. Maybe the whole Gaia Fire Spirit is the thing for the next game. Alright, that is it. Again, let's see, 65 hours, 33 minutes, and 18 seconds. Immediately after defeating Mephistopheles. So the extra didn't count? Okay. Final number of steps was immediately after defeating Mephistopheles was 321,507 steps. Anything else? And we save to a slot. Oh, down here. Alright, and that is Last Dream World Unknown. Overall, I enjoyed the game. It still has the same problem as the previous, that the kind of generic nature of the characters, like, you don't really feel any connection to them. But I will admit, I was more interested in the broader story of the world than I was in the last one. Not that I was completely disinterested in the last one, but I did feel that, for whatever reason, this one kind of seemed a little more interesting, I guess. I don't know if it's just that it was more interesting, or just for some reason it was done in such a way that it grabbed my attention a little better, perhaps. But, yeah. I've overall enjoyed the game. You know, I've had my complaints that I've kind of voiced on and off throughout it. But, on the broad, I enjoy it. As always, there's, you know, ways that it could be improved. But, yeah, if and when Last Dream 2 comes out, no, this is not Last Dream 2, it is just a sequel to Last Dream 1, but it's still Last Dream 1, kind of? I don't know. There's supposed to be a separate Last Dream 2. Hopefully the name gets something different than just Last Dream 2, because it's a little confusing in my mind for there to be Last Dream World Unknown, and then Last Dream 2, which is really the third one. Anyways, I'll, as usual, go ahead and let the credits play all the way through. I hope you've enjoyed. We'll be back next week with something different. Okay, not too super different. In the same general vein. So be sure to come and check that out. If you enjoyed Last Stream, I think you'll enjoy it. I haven't actually tried it. I've just looked at what it looks like, but it's a game with a heavy JRPG kind of stylings. So if you enjoyed Last Stream and Last Stream World Unknown, I think you should enjoy it. And we'll be back with that next Monday. So, if you've enjoyed this episode, if you enjoyed this series, don't forget to leave a like, and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you want to be sure to catch what's coming up next, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. But, until next time, catch you later.